Yo, it's your boy Logos. And tell when we react to this short video from the Rubin report where they talk about the Bud Light controversy. I only know the little bit about Dylan being transgender and they had him on a can. They sent him cans for Bud Light. And in my opinion, after watching the Joe Rogan clip and his take on it, it seemed to be more about pushing an agenda and not trying to get actual influencers who use the products all the time and have a big fan base. The amount of people who are transgender is so like small and minute, there's not going to be a big difference. But the backlash they are getting now from doing this stuff is making quite a difference. And from my understanding, the company is tanking because of that. And I don't know what they expected. They must have gotten amnesia or hit a crack pipe because they completely forgot who is their target audience. And it's blatantly clear. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Besides trying to push an agenda, if you can provide me some argument or evidence to prove otherwise, prove it. But from what I've learned to understand so far, it just seems to be an agenda thing. But let's see what Dave Rubin got to say.
Bud Light, you may have seen this over the last couple of days. Bud Light, which I thought, we're always told is the drink of men watching football eating wings.
Exactly. I don't drink beer. I just prefer liquor, but I know Bud Light because I watch football every Sunday. And I know that Bud Light is drunk by guys mostly on the weekends when we're watching football. I don't understand, once again, what they were trying to do by this besides push an agenda.
Their new spokesman is Dylan Mulvaney. Now, Dylan Mulvaney, as far as we know, we can Google it again. Brock, you can do it today. Does Dylan Mulvaney still have a penis? Dylan Mulvaney, Jesus. Brock, Google it. Dylan Mulvaney is the woman, right? Like the trans woman who is in all these videos who Joe Biden brought to the White House and celebrated his or her trans whatever. Okay, fine.
That's what we're celebrating in the White House. We can't celebrate, inflation going down. We can't celebrate, literacy going up. We can't celebrate crime and poverty going down. We're celebrating this person's 1 year anniversary of being a woman, quote unquote. Am I living in the Twilight Zone? This is what these people voted for. Okay.
Fine, but he is now the new spokesman for Bud Light. I don't know what Brock just came up with, but he's cracking up over there, so I'm going to find out as we play this for you. This is Dylan Mulvaney, new Bud Light spokesperson.
Hi. Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us.
Like a weird
So,
doll.
I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport,
you probably knew that
but
already.
either way, it's a cause to celebrate. This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya!
Okay, I got pause it because that. Okay, no matter what time I pause it, I'm be a little bit creeped out because of freeze frame on the freezing on the bad part of her face. But whatever. I just think it's a little bit weird how this controversy is now blowing up when March Madness started almost a month ago now, and I think the national championship was a week or 2 weeks ago at this point. I'm trying not to go full Alex Jones again, but look at what's going on right now. In the previous video, Joe Rogan said something about Tulsi Gabbard talking about like a restriction act or something being passed in Congress or maybe something like that. I don't know, man. I just can't help but think that was March Madness going on almost a month ago, and this controversy with her making this video happened now, just popping off now when March Madness is over and done with, the college basketball season over and done with. I can't help but get suspicious and trying to think, what the hell are they trying to pass in Congress? What are they doing over in Ukraine or something? How's the economy looking? What about this Fed now stuff? Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I can't help but get suspicious because the timing that these people use controversies isn't just on accident. Even if they don't plan the controversy or do the controversy themselves to make it happen, they'll use that controversy to their own benefit. Trust me. Just be aware, look at what's happening online in Congress, and try to find out, man.
Cheers! Go team! Whatever team you love, I love too. Okay. Love ya. Okay, break a leg.
All right, so let's put aside that there obviously is some level of satire there, and he or she is trying to be funny and whatever. The point
You
is,
could tell.
what is Bud Light doing by sending him or her beer and putting her face or his face on this thing and everything else? Does that sell any beer? Right? Does anyone,
No.
is there anyone
Of course
on
not.
earth who suddenly is like, I do like light beer. I like my 4%. Connor, you're the beer drinker here. Coors. You're a Coors guy. No, you like your IPAs. You like your, what do you like? What do you like? Lagunitas, okay? Lagunitas does not have a trans woman or whatever trying to sell you on Lagunitas beer. It has a nice hoppy taste, a little bitterness. It's an IPA. There you go.
If you want me to buy your beer or your product, just tell me about why your product is good, why is it better than your competitors, and the value. Don't push all this nonsense. I don't care if it's LGBTQ, XYZ, LMNOP. Stop it. I don't care if it's BLM. I don't care where it is. I don't care about your message. I just care about your product. I'm buying your product. I'm not buying your message. Stop.
But so what really is going on here? And that's what I'm saying. This has more to do with culture than even selling products or anything else. What has happened to us that Bud Light, which was the football beer, right? Mm-hmm. It was for men and all that. Well, now it's going to this pretend woman who's also at the same time mocking women in her behavior, his behavior, whatever. God, it's so stupid. It's telling you that something really is wrong with our culture.
That was a really good video. Maybe I'll react to more of your stuff in the future if you want me to. Let me know in the comments below. But I agree with him completely. I think it is a thing about culture. It's not about selling beer. It's not about pushing out your brand into a new locale or a new audience. Because the audience you're trying to quote unquote gain is so minute and small, it's not worth what you're trying to do. Clearly, because the backlash that you're getting is tanking your company. And you're not getting transgender people or the LGBTQIA XYZ people to buy your products enough where it overreacts or, I don't know, makes up for, compensates for the backlash and the loss of revenue that you're getting right now. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why would you purposely collapse your company that has been around for how many decades now? I don't know. I don't drink beer, but it's been around for so long. It is a staple in this country, and you just gonna act like you don't know who your target audience is? If you care about getting more beer out to the people who support you and your influencers, send it to the people who use the beer in their shows and their podcasts. Like Shane, I think Dylan or something like that. One of Joe Rogan's friends who has a podcast in the woods or like a comedy show in the woods. That's the type of people you need to be pushing to get Bud Light in front of their audience, because those type of people are the same. Most of those same people will be drinking beer on Sundays and Saturdays. Make sure those people choose Anheuser-Busch or Bud Light over Coors or whatever the fuck they want to choose. I just don't understand. It just seems like a purposeful tanking of a company for the sake of an ideology that's not going to support you to begin with. It seems like insanity to me, but let me know what you think in the comments below. It's your boy Logos, and I'll talk to y'all next time.